You know, what more do you need, man? What more do you need, baby?
So been cool with my son. How you doing, brother?
This is the greatest day of my entire life that I have ever lived.
For real?
For real. Not an exaggeration.
Kick off with a big tour.
Listen, I woke up this morning. I couldn't believe it. That was all I needed. The day has come. I am starting a tour today in none other than Buffalo, New York.
Right.
So, man, I'm flying. I'm flying, man. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I know you're running back and forth tonight. You got double duty, so it's good that we got to meet up, man, because we have one classic interview already in the bag. So right now we are going to give you the second most classic piece of footage in the history of film, starting now.
Sure. Now, there's actually been some changes since the last time we spoke. You got some big things coming, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of big things. I mean, specifically, since the last time we spoke, one thing that I released that's been very amazing so far is I released a book.
Oh, wow.
Called Did I Ever Wake Up, which is a mix between self-help and creative writing. And it did really well. And the reason I did it is because I just said to myself, I mean, there's many things I want to do in life, but I said to myself, I want to be an author. So what do you got to do to be an author? You got to write a book. That's it. So I wrote a book, first book, you know what I'm saying? And that goes with anything you want to do. You want to make music, what do you got to do? You got to make a song. It all starts somewhere. So, so I did that, and then this entire last, essentially like 8 months of my life, I put a lot into making this album that I'm about to drop. So I'm dropping an album called Hippie Hop in 2014, and we found it, man. Like, I found everything that I've been working up to in the last 5 or so years. Really, man, it all, what I'm really heavy on is I decided recently, I saw that I can cut without a dotted line. Okay, essentially what that means to me is I trust myself artistically now at this point. And it took me about 5 years of developing to find my sound, to find a place where I felt like I can trust my artistic opinions and standpoints and points of view and all that, man. And I found that, and I'm very centered with this whole lifestyle that I've created for, the people that are living a positive lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, like we were talking about earlier, that this new CD of yours, it's going to be, obviously the first full length.
Yes.
But it's also going to be a set of a movement.
Yes, absolutely. Well, the album is called Hippie Hop, and it's embodying the entire sound, the idea of everything. My name, HANSON, stands for Movement on Dreams, Stand Under None. Okay. And essentially, I completely embody what I've decided to make this music about, the message, which is mentality to reality. What you get in life are the things you think about, so why not think about the things that you want all day long?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? So there's a way to learn how to do that. I talk about these things in my book and my music over and over. And this album, more than lyrics, we actually created all the music that you're going to hear, from the kick drum, the chords that you hear on guitar, the piano, the vocals, the edits, the hook, production, every single thing created by us, structured by us. When I say us, I mean myself and Pat Brown. That's what's behind the music.
Right.
It's myself and Pat Brown, and then I do the vocals and all that. So.
Well, you're very musically inclined. I mean, you were originally a drummer when you first started.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know the roots, man. We go way back.
Yeah, for sure.
But I grew up playing drums in a rock band. It gave me rhythm. It made me understand 16 notes, 8 notes, 30 seconds, 64 notes, and understanding how to break a beat into fours. And that's all. Drums like a hi-hat. That's like a rap, right? So rhythm and rap, that kind of all made it so I didn't have to learn how to rhyme on a beat. When someone starts rapping, first thing you got to do is learn how to find a pocket, which is essentially saying like find how to squeeze your words in on beat. And I already knew how to do that from playing drums.
Right.
So I had a great, experience with drums to lead me into this, which is now being able to speak with not just my hands, my feet, but like, I can say words vividly. So, yeah, man, yeah. Everything's really made sense, and now we're here, man. I'm very centered with everything.
Well, you definitely took a lot. I mean, so obviously with the bands, but you also have a lot of artists that are fans.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier today.
The friends. And that's what separates all of that. It's like with my music, what's been great is that people have been very accepting to myself learning how to do this, but at the same time, coming into the world of hip-hop where giving someone a compliment is kind of not a common thing. And I make it a point to talk to artists and be like, yo, this is awesome, what you're doing is cool. And making friends with them when they come to town or in the same city, like texting the city tonight.
Right.
You know, we're friends, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're legitimate friends because I go there, I respect what they do, I know what they're doing artistically, and then, you know, I find the outside point of view and say, you know, from watching what you're doing, I really respect it, and then, you know, you begin on this inside friendship where you learn more about the person, but that's how I did it, man. Like, people like Kendrick Lamar and the whole Black Hippie thing, like, they represent the movement that I stand for, and they're not necessarily going, yo, this is my favorite song right now by my son, but they're, you know, represent who I am as a person more than anything.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and so that's really cool, and that's why I feel like this album is finally going to give the music that's been what I've been doing connection-wise, you know, with everything. So the music is a big part now at this point for me, rather than before I was really just trying to say something. Now it's like, I know the message, know the motive, you know, so.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Oh, you also have a clothing line?
Yeah, well, the merchandise that I do is essentially always been a big thing since coming out of rock world. Like, rap world, rock world are two total things that learn from each other. Like, rock world's been doing merch.
Right.
I mean, you play your first show in a band, a garage band, you got a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hip-hop just learned that you need merchandise, right? So I always had, like, my eye on crazy merch. Like, one of the first things I did was, like, a, you know, collared polo type of shirt as my style. You know, like, I always been pushing the rules merchandise-wise. And, you know, a few of my things really caught on. Obviously, like, the tie-dye hoodie went everywhere. And you know, tie-dye skateboards and doing, you know, I have a collab coming out with Slam D, which is a skateboard company run by Danny Lake. It's like my favorite skateboarder of all time. But, you know, certain things like that kind of caught on. We just did this collab with Neff, who's a really awesome streetwear company, and it got picked up by Zoomies.
Oh, wow.
And so it's Zoomies across the country.
That's gotta be a good feeling, too, you know, even going to any mall, walking to a store.
The best part is that the first job I ever had was working at a Zoomies.
Really?
Mentality to reality. So it's just stuff that keeps assuring me that, like, what I think is right is right, you know. For me, you know, and I'm not a judgmental person, so I don't try to push anything on it, but definitely, like, what I'm trying to say is resonating around the world right now, not default because of what I'm doing, but just in general, the world's coming to a better place right now. Like, people want to say what they want about where the world's at, but I'm never going to say that it's not at a good place. Because honestly, like, you know, you wake up today, I mean, you know, that's number one, something to be grateful for, so.
Definitely.
You know.
And then people are giving you respect in forms of tattoos I've seen on the website.
Yeah.
Man, that's got to be amazing to see someone walk up and for their life. It's stamped on them.
It's great because it's about the words. Like, that's what I always say. Like, this whole music is, like, based around the words, the message, what I'm saying. Like I said, my name stands for something. It's not like...
Right.
You know, like, it all comes back to the point that it means something to people. And we've just recently come upon the fact that, like, you know, we feel that there's a lot of depth to this project, too, artistically and, you know, stylistically, of just, you know, how you present it. You know, like I said, we're cutting without a dotted line now. Like, we trust ourselves. We know that, like, the world really, you know, digs it. And we have found a place to fit in throughout all of the big pictures.
Right.
And, you know, whether or not we fit into everyone's picture, like, we found a way to fit into this whole big picture going on. And like I said, I'm not going to force feed. It's never going to be like a, you know, you gotta listen to this song, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. It's like the whole message, what it is. So man, it's great, man. It's honestly great, and, like, I appreciate it all. Like I said, I have no fans. It's only friends. I have a friend base, and that's all I want, is to, like, be able to break down that boundary that sometimes exists between artists and listeners. Where, like, kind of a strange boundary. It's like, you should always want to say hello to the people listening to you. You should always want to be approached by them. You should always want to approach them if they enjoy your stuff. If you have social media and you're not actually talking back to those people, like, you shouldn't be reading it either.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, I don't have a problem with you having, like, someone, like run your Twitter and, like, you know, tweet, like, out stuff, like, whatever. Especially there's some bands, like indie bands, like, it's nice. They don't want to touch any of that. Like, you know, they will be playing here. Like, that's nice. But, like, yo, if you're an artist that runs your Twitter and you read those comments and you don't write back to any of them, I'm not saying every single one, but you don't write back to any of them, then you shouldn't be reading them.
Oh yeah.
You know,
definitely.
Connect, man. It's so easy. It's like, connect.
Well, speaking of connecting, the first time we met, you were actually in the parking lot shaking hands with fans, hanging out, you know what I mean? It was just like, wow.
The friends, man, they're out there. They're really out there. They're out there right now in the cold.
Yeah, so you got a line going around the building there, yeah.
Like, man, it's happening. It's the 70s right now, man. It's the 70s. That's what I'm saying. That's what it comes down to. Is right now, I feel like it's the 70s. There's a movement coming. The wave is coming. You know, conformity is a thing of the past, and it's really, like, coming down to that. You know?
For sure.
Yeah, it's good.
After this tour wraps up, I'm assuming you're going to do way more touring because you got the album coming out.
Yes, we're going to support the album completely, you know. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to go to Paris for a while. I'm going to travel the world a little more. I'm going to do some stuff, and we're going to go on tour, and we're going to drop the album, I believe, on a very specifically important date in my history of being alive in 2014, pretty early 2014. So we're going to support the shit out of it, man. We're going to really go out there. Like, we're putting everything on it. This is our project. Like, I've made so many CDs in my life. Like, this is the one. Like,
right.
You know, this is the one where it was really, really put together the way we want it.
Very cool.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad when it all comes together, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's the best feeling ever.
You ever get to play with HANSON yet?
I haven't.
No.
No. The connection hasn't even happened yet, but it's going to.
Right.
I love that you bring that up. It's going to. The connection is eventually going to happen. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, you guys don't even know the roots that I have with this. You know, they'll hear it. Like, because I mean, every other circle is really connected in my life. People have been heavily influenced on. Like, a lot of it has really come down. And people like Travis Barker, Bob Dylan, like these people that like I now like speak to, you know. And,
right.
And so like those things happen. Yo, I'm just telling you, like you can see we have a previous interview, like, you know, you put, like, all you have to do is, like, you know, is give your time to something. And also, like I said, like, find whatever it is that you enjoy most when you're not, you know, in, let's say, whatever you gotta do, school, work, whatever it is, when you're not there, what do you enjoy most? Find that, make that your fucking goal, to make that your business, right? Like, take whatever your hobby is, your favorite thing to do in life, and make that your job, because someone else did it. Like, you know, a skateboarder, you know, his favorite thing to do is skateboard, so he starts a skateboard company, now he makes that as his living. You know what I'm saying? You like music, so you start making music, you make that your living. Like, find a way to do that, whether it be sewing t-shirts, making backpacks, you know, brewing beer, whatever the fuck it is, whatever you like to do.
Right.
Like, just start getting good at it and turn it into your living. Cause, like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Definitely.
You know, I'm not saying you gotta go quit your job tomorrow and shit. I'm just saying, like, enjoy what you're doing right here, because that's all about. Be here to have fun, be here to be happy.
So we got books, we got music,
skateboards.
When's the movie coming out? You know, that's
yes.
the next step.
I have 2 films. One's called Busy Being Born. One's called Less Home. And both of them are films I've been working on in the last year and a half. And one is written and one is written and filmed.
Very cool.
They're coming, man. I got it. I just want to focus on that. On releasing the album.
Yep.
And I don't want to release, like, I have the second book written, right? You know what I'm saying? And like, so I have all these things that I'm going to, you know, have out available. But as of right now, it's like straight up focus on dropping the album. You know, I want everyone to have that. And the outro of my album is actually me reading the book.
Oh, wow.
Book on tape. No one's ever done that before. No one's ever put a book on tape at the end of the album.
Right.
So, breaking boundaries, man.
Everyone wants to keep up to date. They want to know the actual release date. They want to know the other tour dates. They want to know everything. Like, one-stop shop for you is going to be.
Yeah, it's straight. I mean, it's straight about the album. Like, obviously, I'm on tour right now. Okay, once we come out on this tour, it goes right up to December 1st. So from right now, whenever you see this, till December 1st, we are going to be out here on the road, pretty much in everything. So go to modson.com. Check out the tour dates. And like I said, man, I have an album dropping. And in every interview I do, until that album drops, I'm going to be talking heavily about this piece of music. Because it's very special to me. I'm very proud of it.
When do you expect the first single to come out before?
First single, I'm playing it live on this tour.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
And you'll hear it tonight. Ah! And sometimes I just turn on the fire alarm just like that too.
That's the alarm. The album's coming out.
The album's coming out. That's the alarm, baby. Everyone's probably like, oh, my son's smoking again. My son's smoking inside. It wasn't me. You got it on film. I wasn't smoking. Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, shit. There we go. Boom. Boom. Fire alarm, baby. 2014. Hippie Hop. Watch it. Thank you so much for having me on this again. My name is HANSON, and that has been the greatest piece of film that has ever been recorded. We're signing off, baby. Look at that! Come on, I turned it off. I turned it on and off, bro. I got the power. Okay, I don't know. Did we wrap it up? I don't even know.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Okay.
Perfect.
Good. Well, we smashed it.
Yeah, that was real good.